What is going on, guys? Panther here, your coach of the Carolina Fables. We are bringing you our Week 3 battle of the BBR against Nate and his New York Noibats. So, we have started the season 0-2, and we are in a rocky place. So, we really need to win this week against Nate. He has got a pretty scary team. The Infernape in particular, really concerning to go up against, to be completely honest. I don't have a bulky water type on my team that can consistently take hits from fire types. And we've seen that early in the season against mons like the Hisuian, Arcanine, and Chi-Yu, who just really messed me up. So going into this battle, prep was a little scary because he just has so many big threats on his team. So this week I have Stealth Rock and Screamtail. I also have Baton Pass to get in my Urshifu on the predicted Empoleon switch in. I have a Trailblaze Ogerpon with SD, Choice Scarfed Goldingo. I have Gale Wings Offensive SD Talonflame. I have a Boots Iron Bundle, and then I have a Banded Urshifu. So, Talonflame looks really good this game, to say the least. I just want to lead off with Screamtail and get up my Stealth Rocks. I presume he's going to lead off with the Ting Lu as well, which is going to be really annoying for my team. But nonetheless, as you can see on the opposing side of the field, Talonflame looks really good if I can get into a position to set up my Sword Stance. Now, the Sinistcha is Terra Fairy. So I did presume that he was going to be Terra Fairy, just probably to try to catch my Urshifu off guard, perhaps, maybe on a Wicked Blow, and then blow it away with a Terra Blast. Coming into the battle, I did think that Infernape was going to be some type of offensive set, Choice Banded, Life Orb, just because it's so free just to click Flare Blitz against me, right? So, yeah, so here I am, turn 1 right here. Like I said, I do definitely just want to get my rocks up. He does have hazard removal in the Coquavel, but still, nonetheless, I want to get mine up. I presume he's probably going to get his up. He sees that the only removal that I have on my team is the Talonflame, so definitely not a bad idea for him just to get his rocks up there turn 1. So yeah, he sets up his spikes, I set up my rocks, and then we just trade there on turn 1. So I'm gonna Baton Pass out. I don't think that he's going to want to stay in here. He does have moves like Heavy Slam. I believe he gets Iron Head as well that can hit me. But still, nonetheless, I just want to BP out. If he goes into the Empoleon, that is why I brought this. In Mox, Baton Pass really was free in just getting in my Urshifu, which I found to be super nice. But yes, I'm going to Baton Pass out. I have a decision now on who I want to go into here. I can either go into the Iron Bundle, which I do choose to do here on this turn, or I can go into Urshifu. But Bundle is Boots, so let's go ahead and bring an Iron Bundle here. Here comes the Heavy Slam, and that does a lot of damage. So here, I know I threaten him out with a big Hydro Pump, so I'm just going to go for the flip turn. I presume that the Empoleon is going to want to come in, and this kind of goes into my game plan as well. Flip turn out, bring in Urshifu, and click buttons with Banded Urshifu because the switch-in is Torn. Torn does not want to take a Wicked Blow. This thing does not want to take a close combat if I bring it in. So I'm debating here, but I do decide to go for the flip turn after all, as you are about to see. I'm running some calcs, presumably to see how much Hydro Pump does. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and flip out here. And you will see on this turn he actually decides to stay in. So, he was willing to let me get off the Hydro Pump on him. So a little bit of an over-predict there. Go for the flip turn. But I didn't want to pump and then let Empoleon just come in for free, possibly set up Stealth Rocks. Really thought he'd switch out there. So now I'm like, well, maybe he's just going to set up another layer of hazards. So let's go out into Urshifu, and then let's threaten him out here. So let's see. Let's see if I can speed this up a little bit. So, yep, I'm going to go out into the Urshifu. He's going to Whirlwind me out, and I'm going to take a layer of hazards for nothing. So, randomly goes out into the Screamtail. Now I know that he can just sit here and just Whirlwind phase me around. He has spikes, so I don't know what item he has. I'm just going to throw off a Dazzling Gleam, get some damage off on him. Screamtail is my switch into the Infernape also. It does take the Flare Blitz. I am EV'd to outspeed it, so I can Thunder Wave it. He's going to set up another layer of spikes, as I do think another Heavy Slam is going to come out here. I am at full. I definitely take one. I can continue to chip away at this Tinglu here, or I can just Baton Pass on out again. Try to bring in another Mon. As you can see, I debated on this for some time. Like he's got me kind of in a bad spot here with this Tinglu, just being able to phase me around and rack up that residual damage with the spikes. So I Baton Pass out again. I'm like, oh, well, here we go. I think he's going to set up another layer here, so maybe now's the time to get an Urshifu. Nope, he's going to Whirlwind me out again. So I've taken 3 rounds of spikes now on Urshifu for no reason here early game. And, yeah, right back out into Screamtail it randomly drags me out into. So, yep, here I am again with the Screamtail. And now I'm aggravated. Now I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to attack what's in front of me. Let's just Dazzle. Dazzle, Dazzle, Dazzle. And I believe Nate does pull off the Heavy Slam here on this turn, if I recall correctly. So I'm just going to Dazzle here. It's going to pick up a good bit of damage. There's the Heavy Slam coming across. I'm going to recover a little bit with my leftovers, and yeah, I'm in a position to where I'm just going to Dazzle again because I'm sick of being whirlwinded and phased around. So I'm going to throw off another Dazzling Gleam, and I believe I can't remember if, I think he knocks me out here with Heavy Slam, if I'm remembering correctly. Or he may pull the switch finally. I forget exactly. There's the Heavy Slam. No, it does not. Oh, yeah, okay. It knocks me out. Now I get the option of what to go out into. So Nate's up early, 6-5, has 2 layers of spikes down. I do have rocks up on my side of the field, but, you know, is what it is here now. So I can bring out my Mr. Penguin. I'm going to throw off a Freeze Dry here. It's out of range of the flip turn, but I'm Boots. I don't want to take these spike layers. But now he is going to withdraw and go into the Empoleon. So Nate's taking me out back to the Woodshed right now. Early game here. He's knocked out my Screamtail, racked up some residual damage on Urshifu, and it racked up some damage on my Iron Bundle here, all for the cost of nothing, except for some health on his Tinglu, which, you know, presumably that was his dedicated lead, just get the hazards up. My hazard removal is poor, so, you know, good game plan, good way to start the start things here. So Empoleon's a threat. I don't really think it's going to throw off a Surf here, though. He's going to go for the flip turn, and my Urshifu has taken a lot of damage here in this early game, just from all these spike layers that it's taken. 5 rounds of spikes plus a flip turn. So really unfortunate start here to this one. But I will say Talonflame just looks so good. So good. So if I can keep my Talonflame healthy, it is always in a position to where it could win. So here comes the Tornadus. He does not. So Nate doesn't know if I'm scarfed or not, right? I don't know if he's scarfed. I do see that he takes damage, so we know he's not Boots. But I do have my Goldingo that I can go out into here, as he Bleak Winds and misses the attack, unfortunately. That wouldn't have done much, but still, regardless, I think he's probably going to try to sack off the Tinglu here. So I am modest Choice Scarfed as well. So I end up deciding to throw off a big Make It Rain, actually, because I do think he's just going to go out into Tinglu, and I actually want to knock it out. But he stays in with the Torn, and I pick up the KO. So right back in this. Eliminating Tornadus was huge there, getting rid of that guy. And, that Scarfed Modest Make It Rain definitely just put me right back in this thing 5-5. So in comes the Coquavel here, and this guy is certainly a threat. I'm looking for my switching on my team like, oh my gosh, here we go. I do know I have my Talonflame to always pick it off though, so if it does end up setting up, I still do have that. So this move takes me a while here, because I'm just trying to decide what do I do here, and I do end up deciding to go out into the Iron Bundle, I believe, here on this play. Iron Bundle. If I have to throw out Bundle, then I have to throw out Bundle. I really want to keep my Goldingo around. I definitely want to keep my Urshifu around as he goes for the knockoff. So I do end up living the knockoff there, obviously. Now I have the option here of throwing off a Freeze Dry, or I can flip turn out. We've seen the Empoleon doesn't want to come in. But I am going to throw off the Freeze Dry here because this Coquavel is definitely a threat, and I want some damage on it if he wants to let me have it. So throw off the Freeze Dry here on the Empoleon, continuing just to chip away at this guy. Chip. He's down below half now. Now, I do know Empoleon has Roost this gen. So I'm kind of thinking in my head, now, is he going to want to try to keep up his momentum and just flip turn? Because I don't have a good switch into this thing. If he surfs, I'm going to die. So I believe I do just stay in and Freeze Dry here. And the reason for that is because I can continue to chip this thing down, wear it down, and, Iron Bundle's my least useful mod on the team right now. So he Flash Cannons, knocks out my Iron Bundle. He may not have the Roost on this guy, but regardless, still, he knocks out the Iron Bundle, and he is now up in the count 5-4. So now I have some options. I can go out into my Urshifu and just try to pick up a KO, or is this setup time? So I'm running some calcs here to see if I can afford to set up with my Ogerpon. So go out into Ogerpon. I do take the layers. And now I have the decision on if I want to Trailblaze or SD. Trailblaze does knock out Empoleon from here. It is stab after all, and it does hit Empoleon neutrally. So I'm going to go for the Trailblaze because I'm thinking it's go time here. Like, it is go time. This is what I wanted to position with. Ogerpon can do some nasty things to Nate's team. So I'm going to Trailblaze here. I pick up the KO on the Empoleon. 4-4 is the count now. And now we have some options. So I've Trailblazed up. And I believe he goes out into the Sinistcha here. Is what I believe he does. Yep, he goes out into Sinistcha. He still does have the Infernape, the Tinglu, and the Coquavel in the back. So, since he's went out into this guy, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to Swords Dance up, because, I'm +1 speed now. I outspeed everything on his team, and with an SD, I'm a big threat. So he's going to Terra. So it is the Terra Fairy. So, I'm guessing he's probably Terra Blast at this point. He's probably Terra Blast, Calm Mind, Machagacha, or maybe he's not Machagacha, maybe he's just Shadow Ball. But as you can see, I've SD'd up now. He has lost its grass typing, so now I can Horn Leech up because Ivy Cudgel at +2 does not kill this thing. It is pretty bulky, actually. So I'm going to Horn Leech up on this play as he sacks off the Tinglu. So Ogerpon claims him another soul here. And now we are up 4-3. And now Nate immediately, as you will see, goes out into Infernape. No thought. It just immediate. And so that tells me, okay, this thing's either got Vacuum Wave or it has Mach Punch. And both of those kill me at this range. If he's Life Orbed, Offensive, Choice Band, Choice Specs, whatever, Expert Belt. So I'm going to scout for either one of those priority moves, and I'm going to go out into my Goldingo just because how quickly he went out into Infernape there. Just told me that he's got something for me here. He was confident. He wasn't thinking, okay, I need some time to calc what is going to live here. No, it was immediate. Let's go out into this guy. So my Goldingo is in now, and I can either make it rain or I can Shadow Ball. He does have the Quavel still around, so I'm going to throw off a Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is pretty free against his team now that Ting Lu has been knocked out. So in comes the guy here as I Shadow Ball. Modest Shadow Ball does a lot. Looks like it's a 2-hit KO here. That thing's definitely AV. And thinking I'm going to pick up the KO, and nope, just out of reach. So do get hit with the Aqua Step, and now that's a little scary for me because he is set up. But like I said, I do have my Talonflame still around. I have Talonflame for this, Talonflame for Infernape, and then we do still have the Sinistcha, the Terra Fairy Sinistcha that's around too. So I'm just deciding on what I want to sack off here. I am up in the sack war. So that's the thing. And the good news is Nate can't preserve this because it dies to entry hazards. So he can't keep this around and just try to go into Sinistcha and live to Brave Birds from Talonflame either. So I'm just going to go out into my Talonflame here and pick off the Quavel. I'm up in the sack war at this point because this guy is pretty much dead. And I presume that after I knock this out, in my head, what the sequence of events that's going to happen is he's going to sack this off here. He's going to go out into the Sinistcha. I can then sack off my Ogerpon to get in my Banded Urshifu with Poison Jab and throw off a Poison Jab. It kills Infernape as well. So I'm in a pretty good spot here. Maybe not for differential, but I'm in a good spot to win this game. Even if I wanted to set up a Talonflame here, I could do so. But I'm not going to risk any of that. Like I said, I'm going to play for the win here and not for differential. I'm going to go out into my Ogerpon as he throws off a Shadow Ball. I do live, and then I can throw off an Ivy Cudgel just for damage. Cudgel would kill the Infernape on entry as well if he were to decide to switch. So Cudgel is going to do a lot to the Sinistcha. Going to knock it down to half. There's the Machigacha. So he has Calm Mind. Yeah, he is Calm Mind. I'm pretty sure we saw the Calm Mind. He's either Calm Mind or Strength Sap. I can't remember. But 3 attacks. So down goes the Ogerpon, and like I said, this sequence here, I just thought the sequence here went very, very well because now he's got to stand on jab. He can't risk the Infernape coming in on the Poison Jab. Down goes Sinistcha. Like I said, not trying to bring in Talonflame and try to set up and sweep that way. No, not going to do it. Going to play for the win. We need the win at this point in the season. That's the most important thing. First Wi-Fi win in a very long time. So we knock out the Sinistcha. He has Infernape in. There's the free Flare Blitz versus my team. And now that we do not see Life Orb, I'm presuming it's either Scarf or Band. Going to bring out Talonflame here. Regardless, if he's Scarf, he's locked into Flare Blitz. I'm going to Brave Bird. Knock him out. Down goes Infernape. And we pick up the 1-0 win against Nate and the New York Noibats. So we're now 1-2 on the season. Pretty happy with the way that battle was prepped and played. Of note, I do want to note that I've made some pretty major changes to my team. I have dropped Screamtail, Goodra, Rotom, Dunsparce, Pikachu, and Clodsire. And on the flip side of that, I have picked up Latias, Swampert, Comfy, Weezing, and Wordier. So I think I'm in better shape now against these fire types with a mon like Swampert around. Also another mon that can pivot and get in my big threats. So we play Viz next week. Viz is undefeated so far on the season. We'll see how that goes with the new team. Well, thank everyone for tuning in this week. Really happy to pick up my first win in a long time on Wi-Fi. So hopefully we can continue that success for the rest of the season here. We're 1-2 now. I figure we need to at least be 4-4 to make playoffs. So we do still have some room for error. But Viz is going to be a tough one next week. He has sand. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Until next time. See ya.